my perspective, for instance, attempting to lie to people who claim men can be women isn't human flourishing. From Matt's perspective, it is. Why?
In this clip, Andrew Wilson is going to dismantle this guy named Matt Dillhunt, I don't care, and who is some sort of secular humanism. Like, is that even a religion? Whatever. Andrew Wilson is going to dominate him so bad that the craziest thing happens. The craziest thing could happen. Like, I mean, I guess it's not so crazy, but whatever. Andrew Wilson is going to railroad this Matt guy in this clip, the way Andrew Wilson, like I always say, does so well. Let's go ahead and get into it.
Why should the collective of humanity lie and say men can get pregnant? Why should they say that men can have periods? Things which are categorically and obviously false. That preserving homosexuality in society is good for human flourishing, even though they are reproductive dead ends. And that Western society and egalitarianism is superior to those evil theist society, even though the Western nations can't even reproduce their own populations, but instead have to replace their population with foreigners from those theist nations that can reproduce. Let's start with a basic societal question recently asked of the West, who has now embraced a scientific and non-theistic approach to governing. Super basic question every kindergartner knows. If you don't believe me, go watch Kindergarten Cop. The question posed to the Western nation is, can a man be a woman? Right? To the question of if a man can be a woman, they say the answer is yes. And the way we will decree they can be a woman is by simply saying that woman now means male. Problem solved. Thank you, secular humanists. Thank you so much. Nope, not kidding. Why, you ask, would people be this over the top stupid? Well, it's simple. The good is the good, man. We have to do what's good for human society and human flourishing. And if you don't call these deranged lunatics something they obviously aren't, they might self-terminate. So in order to avoid that, we need to make everybody on planet Earth lie to them. This is human flourishing. Just redefine shit, pretend it's true. How laughably absurd this worldview is. Matt will often say, I remain unconvinced. Well, Matt, I'm also going to use your standard. I need for you to 100% convince me beyond a shadow of a doubt that males can have babies. What's the answer going to be? No, Andrew, you big stupid. Males can't have babies. Men can have babies. Because we just defined man to include females, dummy. Well, Matt, I remain unconvinced. I'd like Matt to convince me that if you are a male and you are having sex with another male, which would not be allowed in my version of a secular humanist worldview.
I love Andrew Wilson. When he talks about these things, I just feel like he expresses them. Andrew Wilson expresses Andrew Wilson's thoughts the way I would express them. Andrew Wilson is on point, especially with that part that he's getting into right now. I feel the same way. You know what's funny is that, and let me just say, and I'm going to just give me 30 seconds, y'all. Now I'm going to get right back into it. I think it's funny when people say, oh, don't call them a fascist because that's a bad word. That's a bad word. Why? Why is that a bad word? I don't know. But anyway, yeah. Andrew Wilson is, of course, dropping dimes on this guy, and he's just taking his notes, and he's just not ready. Let's get back to the clip. Before we do, guys, please don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button and the notification bell. Thank you to every eye that lands on these videos.
How is it that you're not just basically having sex with a guy with a wig on? I really want to know the answer to that question. Not just me, but all rational people who aren't lunatics also want to know why "it's ma'am" isn't a complete and total crock of garbage. Because I remain unconvinced that it isn't a total lie, and that these people don't just pervert the language to include their own perversions and then add human flourishing at the end. Matt has said he wouldn't make a law stopping 9-year-olds from having sex with each other. Not kidding.
Ew.
Now, I know this is going to sound a little bit totalitarian, but I would in fact create laws that made it a crime for a 9-year-old to have sex with their 9-year-old. I would hold the parents criminally liable for allowing this to happen in my evil authoritarian society, where I don't even let 9-year-olds have sex or the parents go straight to jail for negligence. Now, I think that's better for human flourishing. I think maybe parents would be far less likely to let their 9-year-olds do that if they went to jail. Stupid me. Next, I would, in my authoritarian society, decree that all simulated sex acts in public were criminal offenses and would make sure that all people went to prison for the crime of indecency, which doesn't assist with human flourishing. And I'd like to know why I'm wrong. Secular humanism can basically be whatever the hell you want it to be. It doesn't really need the principle of freedom or the starting axiom of freedom and peace in order to postulate whatever it wants. It's sloganeering. They're slogans. They don't mean anything. Okay, why do 9-year-olds need to be able to have sex in order to advance humanity? Why do we need to lie about a person's sex in order to advance humanity? Why are these things necessary for human flourishing? Why are decency laws bad? Why would Christian ethics stop flourishing when the theist mandate is to reproduce and the secular mandate is let's just all have sex and have fun, bro? That sounds way worse for human flourishing. In fact, I would say not reproducing is a worst possible thing for human flourishing, because if there's no humans, how do you flourish? So I guess, in essence, step 1, I remain unconvinced. Step 2, I need to be convinced, so I'm no longer unconvinced. And step 3, but God not real dough doesn't matter here. I've already granted it to still demonstrate just how stupid this ideology actually is. With that, I'll yield my time, and I'm happy to get into it.
Hey, James, I just sent you a message.
All right, we are going to kick it into an open discussion, so 50 minutes, and let's kick it.
No, I don't think so. I'm not going to sit here and dignify the preparation that I went through and what people were here for.
You're so indignant.
Keep interrupting me.
I am.
Okay.
You're so indignant.
Would the moderator like to step in so that I can finish what I'm saying?
Please, Matt. Please. How dare someone have an opposing worldview?
I'm not going to sit here and dignify what was supposed to be a debate about Christianity versus secular humanism, which one's better for the world,
Yes.
with someone who clearly showed up with an agenda that has nothing to do with that.
I just like
Someone who refers to trans people as deranged lunatics who will self-terminate if you dare to question them.
How am I wrong, Matt?
Someone who misrepresents a quote from a debate where I said I wouldn't make a law about 9-year-olds having sex being legal with respect to the 9-year-olds, not that I was in any way in favor of it and that I was actually opposed to it, which I addressed during that debate. But moreover, this is not remotely an honest interaction on the front of whether or not secular humanism is valuable. Because this, when he presented his position here, has nothing to do with secular humanism. From the get-go, it's all about me. Matt thinks. I'm giving what Matt thinks, what Matt thinks, what Matt thinks, what Matt thinks.
Matt's position.
I came in with the Secular Humanist Manifesto. I came in with positions that aren't that aren't merely my positions.
Oh, well, as long as multiple people hold the position, it
This
makes it
guy's
valid.
not serious, and I'm leaving. James, if you want a refund, you let me know.
Good day,
Just say that.
sir. And I'll cover your refund, Mr. Matt.
He just said he'd come.
Let me replay because I didn't expect that to happen, and I didn't mean to cut him off when he was.
What Matt thinks, what Matt thinks, what Matt
Matt's
thinks,
position.
what Matt
It's
thinks.
Matt's position.
I
It's Matt's
came in
position.
with the Secular Humanist Manifesto. I came in with positions that aren't
Your
just
positions.
that aren't merely my positions.
Oh, well, as long as multiple people hold the position, it
This
makes it
guy's
valid.
not serious, and I'm leaving. James, if you want a refund, you let me know.
Good day, sir. And I'll cover your refund, Mr. Matt.
He just said he'd cover my
I
refund.
would cover his refund.
No. Nope. No, I'm not going to dignify a debate with someone who walked in to trash talk people and be smug and all of the things that he's being right now. He's already said he will cover my expense. You don't have anything to worry about. This debate is over. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Jackass.
Did you call me a jackass, Matt? Well, you and your husband have a good day, Matt. Have a wonderful day, Matt. Yeah.
Yeah, honestly, you and your husband have a good day because clearly you're gay. That's just gay. Why can't we say stuff like that anymore? Maybe I had too much coffee and I shouldn't, promote that. But I'm just saying, come on, I came up in the era where we used to call things that before the stupid Lizzie McGuire commercials. But anyway, I think that this was great. The guy had nothing to say. He knew he couldn't debate Andrew Wilson on this. What is secular humanism anyway? You know what secular humanism means? It is answering to thy flesh. It is eating thyself alive. It is idolatry of self. That's all it is. And so these people want to make a governance system where we say that that's okay, where people can just do whatever they want, where literally 9-year-olds can engage in acts that are not meant for children because they just feel like it, right? And so there's no guidance in anywhere in a kind of system like that. We're almost there, though. We are almost there. But best ethical, how could that ever be best ethical? There is a reason why some people grow up and learn things and understand why, just because you feel like jumping off of a cliff and you think you'll fly, you wouldn't be able to, I mean, and I'm doing basic, summary of what just happened here of this whole secular humanism thing. But I do think that this guy knows Matt didn't have anything to stand on, and he just left. I don't know how, he just left. So unprofessional. Just do the best you can. But he took it all so personal. Why? Just do the best you can. But you don't believe in whatever it is you say you believe in. You can't possibly, because you wouldn't have got up and left. Nobody can tell me, oh, if you think this, you're bad, and then nobody can tell me what I think and try to insult me, and I'm gonna leave without making my points. Okay, I've always told people I'm there's nothing you can say to me that's gonna shut me up. That guy could be shut up because he has no point, and he knew he didn't have a point. So shout out to Andrew Wilson for what he did. I'll see you guys at the next one. Bye.